welcome to my channel. This is Spiritualistik and I'm Colleen, and today we're going to be taking a look at an overall of January 2026. This is your overall horoscope. Keep an eye out for the weekly horoscopes as well, because we're going to go week by week and we're going to go into all 12 signs and all of the transits, everything that's happening, all of the astrological weather. First of all, we're going to take a look at January. This is this video. January, overall, general. We're going to go through everything, the general themes for each week, and then we're going to go through the entire sign, how all of January is going to go for you. Again, if you want to break down week by week, I'll be posting those weekly, so keep an eye out. So, the first week of January, it technically starts December 28th, okay, but I'm having it here as January 1st through 3rd, just to kind of make a clean cut here, okay? If you want to see the prediction for how your January is going to go, I'm going to post the January 2026 tarot reading as well, so keep an eye out for the pick a card. Now, January 1 through 3, the general themes are here. I'm checking my notes. They're grounding, reset, emotional culmination, discipline, goal setting, emotional release, home, family reset, mental fog a little bit, okay? This is because we have Mercury square Neptune coming in, okay? This is a lot of Capricornian energy. It's all about goal setting, discipline. We also have the full moon in Cancer. There might be a little bit of difficulty seeing things clearly, but a lot of desire to kind of push forward with a lot of that emotional stuff wanting to come up first. So there's a desire to kind of push, move forward, but there's like this energy of, wait, hold on. There's something here that wants to get culminated emotionally. There's something here that wants to get released. There's something here that wants to get reset. And then week number 2, this is the push, okay? This is the supercharged energy, okay? January 4th through 10th. There is intense drive and ambition. This is action-oriented. This is taking a look at professional and material pursuits as well. There's supercharged energy. This is also a little bit of overconfidence, exaggeration, risk of taking on too much. This is where the Sun and Venus and Mars are all conjunct in Capricorn. So there's definitely this supercharge of energy that's coming forward, okay? So you're going to want to use this. It's also going to be a little bit crazy, okay? In a good way, nonetheless. And again, I'm going to go into these more in detail if you want to know more about like what the actual transits are doing in the weeklies. So that, if you also want to have them, you can check out my 2026 spiritual planner. Okay, it has all of the astrological stuff, all of the horoscopes and everything. It's even got tarot pulls and journaling pages, priorities, things like this. You can get it printed out from my Etsy shop. I'll have it sent to you from the print. But if you want an online version, like a digital copy, those are free. Okay, you can find them on my Patreon. You don't need to buy my Patreon to do that. Okay. So we are at week number 3. Okay, so week number 3 is January 11th through 17th, and the general themes here, okay, are healing wounds, stability, innovation, okay, building foundations, productivity, shifts in relationships and values, shift in Venusian energy, okay, setting intentions, finding solutions specifically in like your career, okay, among other things. This is the Saturn-Uranus trine energy, and again, everything's kind of in Capricorn. This week, Chiron is activated, okay, so this is why we have the healing wounds coming through. This is basically going to bring up, potentially, okay, this is Chiron, so it's bringing up old feelings that are resurfacing. So we're kind of taking a look at things that are popping up from the archives. With that energy from week number 2, you're riding the coattails of the supercharged energy from week 2, okay? So Chiron's coming up week number 3 to say hello, okay? So just keep that in mind, pace yourself. If you can do kindness for yourself during week number 2 to help week number 3 coast a little bit more, that would be great for you, okay? Now, the next week here, okay, week number 4. This is, I think I said, okay, week number 2 is supercharged. Week number 3 is the Chiron activation, okay? So week number 4 here, the general themes here are shifts in mindset, transformation, intellectual shifts, okay, radical transformation here, okay, this is dramatic. This is a move from earth energy in Capricorn to air energy in Aquarius, so everything turns mental. We have future-oriented thinking, power dynamics coming up, humanitarianism, of course, it's Aquarian energy, but we also have social and technological innovations that are apt to happen this week. This is all looking at personal power, communication, which is going to come up again in week number 5, okay? Shifts in communication, shifts in power dynamics in different situations, and then vivid dreams and intuition, okay? This is when those spiritual realizations start to kind of come online, okay? You're navigating intense power dynamics here, especially in things like your relationships, okay, but also in larger things, specifically anything about social hierarchies or different dynamics there, or even in the realm of technology, okay? Here, this is when Sun, Mercury, and Mars all enter Aquarius, okay? Week number 3, we have the new moon in Capricorn. I believe that's January 17th, so keep an eye out for that. With this waxing energy, things are charging up again. Okay, now the Sun, Mercury, Mars, they all shift into Aquarius, okay? So, week number 5. This is January 25th through 31st. This is looking like forced transformation. It's giving the universe whispers before she screams, which is why we're going to do the extra work week number 2 to take care of ourselves week number 3. Week number 4, things are going to shift, and we're going to hold our horses, because week number 5, things are going to be, okay? Those little Jenga pieces, you know when you pull a piece out of Jenga and you're like, oh, it really should have fallen. That tower should have fallen, but it kind of didn't. Woo, I'm lucky. Week 5, gone, okay? This is redefining spiritual beliefs. This is redefining your spirituality, redefining belief systems, not just for you, but as a collective, okay? This is Mars conjunct Pluto. This is intensity, the peak of the month. It's bringing all or nothing energy. It's bringing demand. It's bringing decisive action, complete transformation of power structures and deep-seated patterns. Okay, there's a little bit of, this is where I said this is going to come up again. Okay, hidden power dynamics and hidden obsessions are going to come to light. There's a lot of volatility. Okay, so if you are into things like the stock market, okay, keep an eye out for that. There's going to be a lot of volatility. Okay, especially with hidden power dynamics, hidden obsessions coming to light, transforming. And like I said, the universe whispers before she screams. Those Jenga pieces that should have knocked the tower down and they didn't, they're coming down this week. At the very least, you're going to see it start to fall this week. So forceful actions are necessary for long-term growth and evolution. This is going to be one where also, I want to notice here as well, we've got like a nice little Mercury-Venus situation happening. So words are going to be beautiful. Okay, this is going to be a week where, okay, also Neptune enters Aries. So you're going to want to just keep an eye out for people saying really nice things. Okay, keep an eye out for the love bombers. Keep an eye out for, those hidden power dynamics, those obsessions. The reason how they were able to do that, it's coming to light. Pretty words, but they're also shifting. So this is like verbally and emotionally, okay, trying to grasp at straws. So keep an eye out for that and make sure that you're not doing that yourself as well. But if you are a writer, it's a really good time to add those extra emotions into that book, right? So the way that it manifests will be different for all of you, okay? The general collectives, we're going to get into the horoscopes now. We'll do the general, and then we'll go into Aries, Taurus, Gemini, so on and so forth, okay? So, the general January horoscope for the collective, okay? This is huge transformation, okay? Forward motion, okay? There's also this grounded energy from Capricorn. Things are kind of becoming more innovative. There's a collective focus, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're making the right decisions. There's a little bit of lack of clarity at the beginning of the month, and so you're going to feel really productive. You're going to really want to address old lingering issues. It's also January. This is when people are like, new year, new me, right? But also old systems are starting to fall, okay? So with the supercharged energy, you're going to really, really want to be aware not to overextend yourself or sign up for basically bite off more than you can chew. Okay, it's going to be really easy week number 2, and you're going to feel like you're not biting off more than you can chew. So instead of putting 100% on your plate, maybe try to put 65, 70, maybe 75% on your plate. Leave room for life to happen. Leave room for Chiron to activate the next week, okay? There's a powerful reset with the new moon in Capricorn, and then things are going to kind of explode into this like futuristic, like intellectually charged energy. Okay, this is going to make you want to focus on your social connections, also radical change. Okay, this is going to be a month where I wouldn't be surprised if we're seeing things like protesting, if we're seeing things like people gathering together, like on social media. I wouldn't be surprised if there's like a tech update coming up this week or just some sort of a shift that's going on. Okay, this is basically taking massive, forceful energies of the Mars and Pluto conjunction, and it's demanding a transformation on how people take action, and generational shifts too with Neptune into Aries, okay? So this is taking a look at how generations have set structures up that did not work and that did not keep up with the times. Basically, structures that were set generationally that did not hold up well, that did not age well, and now they're becoming more future-focused and humanitarian, collectively aware with Aquarius, but also as Neptune enters Aries, there's a little bit more of this, you know what, this doesn't work for me, it didn't work for me, but it's gonna work for me. And it's also the spirituality as well. So it's a little bit more of utilizing that. Maybe we're looking at more manifestations, right? Maybe we're looking at more ability to take power back to those who maybe haven't had it in the past, okay? This is basically priming the collective in like a spiritual way for new beginnings, okay? So do your best to harness the drive, communicate clearly, okay? Be aware that there's those pretty words that are going on, so be careful not to get emotionally manipulated, okay? But also be aware it's easier to use pretty words. So if you are a poet, if you are a writer, if you are a film writer, like if you are a musician, right? Have at it, eat it up, okay? But also, you know, be on the lookout, okay? Especially those who have been in power, okay? I'm gonna zip it here, okay? Don't shy away from necessary power shifts, okay? It'll be very obvious who's trying to do so, okay? Now, the other thing here, January is the time for new beginnings, okay? I'm reading this straight out of my planner for this part, okay? You will feel yourself catching a bit of a well-deserved break at the beginning of the month, okay? I want to also notice Chiron goes direct January 2nd. That's right. Let's celebrate, okay? So, you're catching a well-deserved break at the beginning of this month, especially about old wounds, art, spirituality, okay? Don't wait for the other shoe to drop at the beginning of this month, okay? Things are only getting better in the grand scheme, okay? This is emotional excavation time, right? Especially with that Chiron activation second week. It's saying, okay, so what, like, what did we learn though, okay? So be aware that's coming up, okay? However, this is emotional excavation time, but you're at the end of it, okay? If things feel a little bit stuck still, or if you're having a hard time finding that cutting edge breakthrough or idea, right? That idea for your new book, okay, don't worry, it's just the energy, okay? You're gonna be blown away by February, I swear, okay? That is when Saturn enters Aries, so it's just the energy. You're in the final stretch, okay? Keep an eye out for unexpected shifts in your life and wide-scale systemic shifts beginning, okay? Huge theme of January. It's this, like, it's quiet, it's too quiet, I'm excited, I have all this energy, I want to move forward, things are shifting, they're moving in the right direction, also they're shaking things up a little bit, so it's a lot, okay? January is going to be both overstimulating and a little bit peaceful at the same time, okay? So, now we're going to get into the zodiac horoscopes. These are shorter, okay? So I'll add timestamps so you can find your zodiac sign. If you want to, you can listen to your sun, you can listen to your moon, you can listen to your Mars, you can listen to your rising, you can listen to your Mercury, okay? You can listen to all of them and remember which zodiac sign rules which house for you so that you can see the way that it's going to apply in your life. There's no rules to listening to this. You don't only have to listen to your sun sign. You don't only have to listen to your ascendant, okay? Do what feels right for you. Listen to your own intuition. Okay, everyone's got a system. If it works for you, the universe will work with you, okay? So, Aries, general January. The ruling planets and the focus here, Mars, of course, your action and your drive. Pluto, transformation, Neptune, spiritual focus, okay? These are emphasized energies for you. So the intense Mars and Pluto energy at the end of the month is going to be super, super big for you, okay? Focus on using this energy and this power into constructive career growth, okay? Your focus throughout January is on professional ambition and also your public image. So take a look at your midheaven and see how this is getting activated here, okay? Look for massive shifts in authority and leadership with all the Pluto conjunctions going on that definitely will impact your status. Why can I not talk? Okay. Keep an eye out for that too, okay? More doing, less saying, okay? Keep your mouth shut, do what needs to be done, okay? Aries, you get it, okay. The new moon mid-month is a powerful time to set career intentions, okay? Utilize this new moon for manifesting. It's the new moon in Capricorn. New moon in Capricorn. The day after it, things start to grow and evolve. New moon, set your intentions about your career, your public reputation, maybe energies that are paternal. I know Aries is out here like, I'm the daddy, okay? Yes, exactly, okay? So your determination this month is going to be off the charts, okay? So use it to achieve a huge breakthrough, specifically in your career, in Capricornian matters, okay? Again, your ruling planets and focus this month, specifically, Mars, and that's your sign, baby, okay? Pluto and Neptune, okay? So we're looking at generational things, okay? So how can you use old structures to make breakthroughs in your new structure? And how can you use new structures in order to break through the limitations of old structures, okay? So Aries, that's your horoscope for January. Taurus. your January, okay? Your ruling planets, your focus energetically this month, it's on Venus, okay? Your planet, values, money, loyalty, right? Okay? And also Uranus. However, this is like the unexpected change vibe of Uranus, among other things, okay? So, this month you are going to be focusing on, well, higher learning, travel, expanding your worldview, okay? Ninth house, Jupiter matters, okay? Sagittarius matters, ninth house. However, weeks 2 and 3 for you are going to bring some really dynamic aspects with Venus. Basically, it's bringing innovation, sudden shifts, okay? Venus trine Uranus into your relationships, into your values, your morals and your value system, okay? Huge shifts. Your relationships, huge shifts, but unexpected shifts. Kind of quirky, maybe innovative, cutting edge shifts, okay? So the Chiron squares might bring a challenge to your sense of belonging, right? A little bit of past hurts. You might kind of find yourself like feeling not left out, but like no one gets it, okay? But this energy is supporting your stability, which is something you are amazing at, okay? It's also supporting radical change. So when we have that stability and we have that change, okay, when things externally are moving, find your stillness internally. And when things internally are moving, okay, external things will be still. This is more or less how it works. You can have one foot in, one foot out, right? But that's not the energy January is bringing for you, okay? When the sun moves into Aquarius, this is going to highlight your career and public reputation, okay? So you're really going to be called to embrace the unexpected twists and changes this month, okay? You're going to be saying hello to new people, goodbye to other people. Some situations are going to just change dynamically, and you're going to have to allow that in and allow some of the bricks in your foundation. They're not going to be moved. You're not going to get whole new ones to add in, but just be open to some flow there. Part of the reason for the structure is so that we can flow outside of it, okay? That's going to be a lesson that you're going to learn this month, okay? But all of that flow doesn't start to come. These changes start to come, and so they might be a little unexpected. They might feel a little scary almost, maybe, depending, but they're leading to a better, more liberated understanding and future, okay? So you're going to be really honing into clarity on your path, clarity of your values. I know some of you, the Taurus, I already have clarity on my values. I know what I want. I know where I'm going. Okay, yes. There are going to be shifts this month, okay? So just keep an open mind. It doesn't need to change your mind, okay? It's a practice, not a perfection. And be aware that there are going to be unexpected changes with your values, your relationships, maybe even with your money, okay? Now, this is not to tell you to be afraid of it. That's not what I'm getting. This is all about learning a little bit more. This is all about innovating. And this is why you're going to feel like, wait, why are things changing for me when they look really stable for everybody else? Okay? Because you've been the stable one, okay? And you're still in a stable energy moving forward. It's just that things are shifting right now so that they can expand. That's where you need a little bit of room for a little bit of flow, and then things are going to grow and expand, okay? January is going to be great for you, a little uncomfortable. You're going to start stabilizing a little bit more around March, okay? Gemini, January is going to be transformative for you, okay? I will pray for you. Okay, no, that being said, your focus, it's just Mercury, okay? If you haven't listened to the other signs, they all got one planet, or they got 3 planets, 2 planets, like different vibes, everything that's going on. You are the focus, okay? Your energy is where everything is squishing so that it can become a diamond, it can become a pearl, right? Mercury, you know Mercury, okay? Communication, intellect, writing, expression, maybe even like your neighborhood. 3rd house matters, Mercury matters, okay? Gemini, okay? January is your month, but it's going to be really introverted, introspected, okay? You're going to be really focusing on your internal world. This is going to be getting deep, okay? Really focusing on also things like shared resources, intimacy, psychological transformation. This is you and Pluto, okay? You're going to sit down and you're going to have a little chat, okay? Mercury is having a lot of really intense conjunctions with Mars and Pluto this month, okay? So it's going to lead to a lot of really cool, profound insights, deep and possibly kind of intense conversations here. And at the end of the month, you're going to find that it's smooth sailing, really nice, like copacetic communication, right? Especially with financial matters, okay? So at the end of January, if you are given some sort of a job offer or someone's going to write you a check, there's some wiggle room there, okay? I recommend that you use it, okay? What you need to know specifically for January, again, if you want to hear week by week and be like, Colleen, what the heck? Okay, I'm posting weeklies too, so I'll actually tell you what's going on a little bit more in depth astrologically, and then we'll go week by week by week, so you can kind of separate this and plan a little more accordingly if that's something you want to do, okay? So this is a month for profound transformation when it comes to your mindset shifts, when it comes to your maybe deeper held beliefs, okay? Specifically when it comes to shared resources like mental, emotional, physical intimacy, and like psychological matters, things that are hidden, maybe things that you're obsessing over, okay? So don't be afraid to dig deep and harness that power that's within you as well. This is a really strong time to use that gift that you have of your intellect, okay, your ability to make sense of things, also your ability to communicate, your ability to journal, okay? Your mental power is really, really strong, and this is going to be a month that is going to ask you to use it, okay? The end of the month, smooth sailing, okay? The beginning of the month, it's going to ask you to dig deep and excavate some things that you've been, well, ready to transform for a while now, okay? So be prepared, okay? You are loved. Cancer babies, welcome to your horoscope. So your focus here, it's on the moon, your ruling planet, of course, emotion, intuition, and Jupiter, expansion. Okay, so this month starts out with a full moon in your sign. Okay, so your sun is in Cancer, moon's going to be in Cancer. That's always an interesting dynamic. Okay, take a look at the rest of your chart. Okay, but this is going to bring an intense emotional culmination to your relationships and your sense of self. Okay, what role have I been playing? What role can I be playing? Also, how have my emotions been a positive force in relationships or a negative force in relationships? And much nuance between that as well. It's not just these two things, but it's going to bring an intense emotional charge to your relationships and your sense of self and the way that those things kind of connect. We're looking at first house, we're looking at seventh house. They're kind of looking at each other and saying hello. Okay, so that balance, okay, between self and others. With that, this is your time. This is your moment, okay? Emotional reset and adjustment, okay? This is where those boundaries where you've been kind of feeling a little bad for holding on to them, whoosh, you're in it now. It's good, but it aligns with your emotions, okay? So any little things like that, they're kind of resetting and adjusting, recalibrating, okay? Now, the Jupiter oppositions in week number 2 can create some tensions. Take a deep breath. Can create a little bit of tension between your home life and your professional life. We've got that Cancer and Capricorn dynamic, okay? Capricorn is your opposite sign, or your sister sign, right? Notice how sisters get along, right? Why are you wearing my shirt? Okay, it's giving this. But between your home life and your professional life, okay? Why aren't you doing your dishes? Cause I'm trying to get the bag. I'm staying late at work, okay? It's, why is this project a little bit late? Well, girl, I had to do my laundry, okay? It's a little bit of this, okay? So, this is week number 2. So, watch out for overcommitting. Cancer. Please don't overextend yourself. That message I gave in the beginning, it's for you, okay? I love it. I love you. Just be aware, okay? Don't overextend yourself, okay? There's a lot of energy, and it's going to make you feel like there's some tension, and you're like, aha, I know the way out. I'm going to do everything, okay? Please don't do that, okay? The new moon in Capricorn. This is going to feel like a nice little release for you, okay? This is going to happen in January 17th, middle of the month, okay? So it's a powerful relationship reset for you, okay? So let the full moon in the beginning of the month, January 3rd, guide your emotional release, okay? You're going to focus on establishing new, clear boundaries in your most important partnerships, okay? Some of you, blast from the past is coming through. No, there's not a Mercury retrograde going on. This is kind of just the energy of emotional reset in the most important partnerships. Yes, the ones in your most direct vicinity are highlighted. But Jupiter with expansion, it's kind of opening up the doors a little bit for what the definition of most important partnerships can be, okay? So be aware of the fact, I'm not getting that your ex is going to come knocking on your door, but I am kind of getting the vibe here with all of these energies that, well, your most important partnerships aren't just the ones in front of your face or the ones at work or the ones in your family. It's going to be like boundaries and emotional recalibration in your most important partnerships maybe over the last few years, or in your life in general, or in the particular area of life that's getting charged for you, which is basically the dynamic between you and others. So the first house and seventh house dynamics, okay, that little push-pull between Aries, Libra there, okay, and we also have the Cancer, Capricorn dynamic, which can be really, really beautiful for you, okay? If you have really mastered Cancer energy, I'm not talking about like, but I want to, right? Because we all know, okay, I'm a Cancer, okay, I can say that. You can't, they can't say that, we can say that, you know what I mean? But not that. But you know when you are, let's say, empowered empath, right? You know when you are, if you do this, then this will be my response. If you talk to me this way, then I will walk away from this conversation, regroup, and we can talk about something else later, right? That's a boundary. Boundaries are so that you can continue to have relationships, right? This emotionally mature energy, okay? Looking at where you are, where you've been, with yourself, with others, between home, between professional life, okay? This is a really, really important and pivotal month for you, alchemically, okay? You might see a little bit of this in your relationships, okay? But in the rest of areas of life, they're going to come through February, March, April, okay? But lay the foundation. Leos, January for you, it's main character energy. You're a Leo, that's main character energy. January's transits for you, main character energy, basically, okay? Your focus, it's on you, literally. It's on the sun. It's on your sense of self and vitality as well, okay? Your primary focus in January, this is going to be New Year's resolution vibes, and I'm not just saying this, you're actually the first group that's gotten this so far, okay? Focusing on health, daily routines, fitness, skincare, work, maybe even pets, okay? The first half of the month, okay? Sun is super active weeks 2 and weeks 4, okay? It's going to connect with Venus, and then with Mars, and then with Pluto, right? So this is amplifying your energy in a few different areas of life, and it's going to make a huge boost towards your goals. You're going to be like, wow, all of that work I've been putting in, and you're going to be a little supercharged during January. You're going to feel really on top of it. You're going to see things that you've been working on for a while start to manifest and grow in January, and you're going to be like, whoa, I didn't even need to start putting in extra work in January, but you have the energy and you're doing it anyway, okay? Supercharged, super awesome, okay? Love this for you, by the way. Okay, so now the sun moving into Aquarius, okay, and it's then going to conjunct with Pluto. This is going to really, really shift your focus then onto one-on-one relationships, okay? So main character energy, get it, got it, thrive, okay? And then January 20th onwards, it's really focusing on that one-on-one relationships, okay? Not in groups, Leo, one-on-one relationships. Okay, so this is going to actually bring about transformation, and it's also going to bring about some sort of, I'm getting, renegotiation of power dynamics within partnerships. Okay, Leo, you always text first, or maybe you never text first, okay? Depends on who it is, right? We know, okay? You always text first. You can come to me. Or Leo, I don't text first. I'm not a texter firster, okay? Take the step, okay? It's a renegotiation of power dynamics, okay? And I say this lightheartedly with the, texting stuff, right? But this is actually going to be a little bit of a bigger deal, okay? You're going to notice you're having some maybe uncomfortable conversations, but not all the way. They're going to be conversations that are uncomfortable for you, but they're not uncomfortable to have, right? So there's going to be a little bit of a shift here. You're in the main character energy, you're thriving, all your things are coming in, right? So you might be really excited and talking about yourself a lot, and then people across from you might be asking why you're not asking them any questions, right? Little things like this. Okay, so we're taking a look at these things, just being aware, okay? And also, at the end of the month, your job is to listen, okay? Now, channel your vitality, your main character energy. Things are going to be blossoming, growing, thriving for you, okay? Especially, literally 90% of January, okay? And they're still going to thrive at the end of the month, too. But utilize this supercharge of energy that you have to improve your daily life and prepare for significant shifts in the way that you relate to others in general, okay? So, I would recommend for you taking a look at the zodiacal ruler of your third house, okay? as well as if Leo is your sun or your ascendant. Okay, take a look at either what rules your Mercury, okay, or your third house, so you can kind of get a full picture there, and then you can prepare, okay, because you want to use this energy to thrive. You don't want this energy to create a little hiccup for you, but it is important, okay? It is something that's important, but it's not going to be the main focus for most of the month, okay? So it might be a little frustrating. So if you can be prepared ahead of time, then you just know, okay, hey, I'm going to text this person first a little less. I'm going to text this person first a little bit more. I'm going to listen with this person. I'm going to speak a little more with this person. I'm going to be a little more vulnerable over here. And I'm going to do a better job at offering, I don't know, emotional support instead of solutions to this person, right? Nuance. So just be prepared, okay? Virgo babes. This is, again, focusing on you, okay? The focus here for you, it's Mercury. Communication, organization, these flavors of Mercury, okay? So not as much like reading, writing, intellect. It's organization and communication, right? You're Virgo. You know all about these things. But January for you, the focus is going to be on creative expression, romance, and pleasure, okay? So you're looking at 5th house matters. You might be harnessing your inner Leo. Now there's a little bit of friction there because Virgo and Leo are right next to each other, okay? This is going to be the start of your January. Mercury is going to really shape your month here. And the Mercury-Neptune square that happens early on in the month is going to ask you to be mindful of potential, okay, mental fog or illusions in your romantic life, okay? Does that ex really want to hear from you? Maybe, maybe not, okay, but let's try to ground it. I know I'm hearing Delulu is a Salulu, okay, you are not wrong, okay, I believe in you, but just energies like this, try to stay grounded, okay? This is going to be the month where you're going to want to do a few extra brain dumps, write down things a little bit more than you normally would, be a little bit more organized than you actually would, so that you don't have to do damage control, okay? Do it ahead of time, okay? So maybe you don't usually time block your schedule. Maybe time block January. Give yourself a to-do list, okay? Again, if you are meeting somebody new specifically in your love life, okay, if you're thinking about someone from 10 years ago, that's great. Also ground yourself, okay? This is kind of this Neptunian aspect with Mercury. It's kind of creating a little bit of that, the ungrounded energies of Pisces, among other things as well. Oh my god, there's a hair on my microphone. Oh, it's a dog hair. Thank you, Randy. Also with this as well, there's a little bit of a focus on not idealizing other people, okay? Not seeing them for their potential, seeing them for what is actually in front of your face, okay? There's potential energy, there's kinetic energy, okay? And don't get swept away by the potential energy. That's not your baseline, but this month, it's more likely to happen, okay? So, later in the month, you have Mercury and Pluto conjunct, okay? So this is going to affect your health and your work. It's going to bring huge breakthroughs in how you structure your life in general. It's going to be transformative for you, okay? It's going to be great. It's also going to help you navigate and communicate with and through your daily routine, okay? Adding a little bit more organization, also adding a little bit more personal expression, and also the way that you talk about what it is that you do as well. You will have a clearer picture internally of what it is that you do, the structure with which you do it, and then also the way that you express. You know when you are learning something, like, okay, do you know it? Yes. Do you know it well enough to explain it? That's a different level. So this is kind of what's going to happen here with your work life, okay? And also with like your daily life as well, okay? So your ideas are super powerful this month, okay? So organize your life effectively, especially at work, okay? And allow clear communication to make things a lot easier for you, okay? This is going to be the month you're going to be really glad if you say the thing that normally you wouldn't, okay? Not like word vomit, but you know how sometimes, Virgo, you're not always super forthright about your emotions. You're like, maybe I should feel this, and then that's just nice. I'm going to keep this for me, and we're going to talk about the things that are logical, okay? You're going to be encouraged to just say a little more of those things, okay? A little bit's going to go a long way, especially in January, okay? This is going to really help you with your work. It's going to help you with your relationships. It's going to help you in romance. It's going to help you especially with your creative fulfillment, okay? Virgo, you're really creative, and sometimes it's not the correct art. Sometimes it's the most emotional art, okay? So just explore that a little bit. It's going to give that Neptunian energy that could manifest as brain fog for you because you're very mental, okay? You're very intellectual, okay? If you anchor that brain fog kind of energy into art, into your emotions, okay, that's an anchor. Water's closer to earth than air is, okay? So keep that in mind. Libra. So January for you, the focus is on the balance and relationships flavor of Venus, okay? So balance and relationships more so than aesthetics or money or loyalty, morals and values, right? This is balance and relationships. This is going to be focusing on your home life, okay, and your foundation. This is going to be the central focus for January. Now, Venus is super active in January, especially in the 3rd week, okay, and it's going to square Chiron. So this is probably going to bring up some old, maybe family wounds, okay, childhood situations, okay, inner child healing, week number 3, okay. But, okay, beautiful Venus is going to trine with Uranus, which is also going to bring innovative and liberating shifts in your love life. So this might have you a little bit upset about something that happened when you were 8, but also you're falling in love with someone really, really cool. So there's a little bit of this, okay, there's something hot and there's something cold, okay, and you're just riding that wave of that dynamic there, okay. So there's going to be some really cool, innovative, and liberating shifts in your love life, okay, regardless of where you are. So Venus is going to move into Aquarius January 17th. This is also the day of the new full moon in Capricorn, okay? So this is going to bring like really refreshing new energy into the 5th house, okay? So this is romance, creativity, joy. It's also like 5 is your throat chakra, and it's also inner child is ruled by 5, okay? So keep that in mind as well. Okay, the end of the month is going to be all about fun and connection, okay? I'm hearing from, what is that movie, 30 Going on 30, where she's like 30, flirty, and thriving, okay? It's going to be the energy of January for you, okay? There's going to be a little bit of emotional healing that's going to come up, okay? So with your foundation, there's going to be a little bit of love to give there, okay? But with that being said, do open up the door to new opportunities, liberation in Venusian kind of ways, okay? And also, joy, romance, fun, play. You're going to have an opportunity to do something really, really fun in January, especially in the second half of the month. Say yes, okay? You really should. It's going to be awesome for you, okay? So be aware of this. You might want to do a little bit of journaling. If you want a little bit more information, okay, I'm posting weeklies as well, so this is just general for January. We're going to go week by week, and then I'll give you your whole horoscope for every single week. So keep an eye out for those. I'm going to post them week by week, so it's going to be really cool. Also, if you want, I would recommend that you journal, do a little bit of inner child healing. I have a dream journal. I also have a guided self-exploration journal. Both of those are on my shop. You can use any journal that works for you as well, but I would recommend doing a little bit of just inner child love, right? Whether that's with intentions, mantras, crystals, journaling, just having time doing something that you used to love when you were a kid. Okay, it's going to be really cathartic for you in January. I would say do it earlier rather than later. Week number 3 is where this comes up. Okay, so if it's feeling a little happy and it's riding a high at the end of week 2 going into week 3, it's going to be great. Okay, and the second half of January, it's just going to be fun and play and romance and awesomeness. Okay, so it's very yes, very fun for you, January. Scorpio. I'm going to be so real with you right now. January is going to be important for you. Transformation, I know, surprise, Scorpio. No. Seriously, this is going to be a very active, potent transformation for you. It's giving pivotal, okay, especially at the end of the month, okay? Your focus here, it's Mars and it's Pluto energetically. Now, I know these are your ruling signs, but these are also the ones that are affecting Scorpio the most during this month too. So super duper charged, okay? Both of these planets are highly active. These are both your ruling planets, depending on your perspective in astrology. It's fine, okay? So the intense Mars-Pluto conjunction, yeah, at the end of the month is going to happen in Aquarius, okay? There's a lot of information right there. If you want, pull out your chart, take a look at where it's going to happen, okay? Which house, Okay, also, where do you have Mars? Where do you have Pluto? What does Aquarius look like in your chart? Okay, you're gonna want to have this information. Okay, whether it's ahead of time or it's while you're in the thick of it and you're on the floor in a puddle and you're like, wait. Okay, just letting you know. Now, you are a master of transformation, so I'm not predicting you're going to be on the floor in a puddle. Okay, however, there is an unavoidable, inevitable, yes, transformation, massive, okay, with matters of your home, your family, and, okay, here's the one that's not going to be fun, okay, deep-seated emotional patterns, 4th house. Okay, so your mind is going to be razor sharp this month. Okay, awesome. You've got Mercury Pluto conjunctions. It's going to be great. You're going to have your mind like afloat the whole time, but with that, you're going to have an opportunity to intellectualize some of those emotions that have already created a narrative in your thought patterns. Okay, emotional patterns that have created a narrative for you that you kind of run with. But this month, you're going to be able to actually use that intellect that's going to break an old mold, an old narrative for you. This is going to look like unlearning, okay, specifically in matters of emotions. This is growth. This is emotional growth, okay, and breaking narratives, okay. Your mind is going to be really sharp. This is a great month to write down a business plan. This is, I mean, if you have it in you after all of this transformation, because sometimes it looks different on everybody, okay, the way that we deal with it, okay, and that's valid, okay. But this is going to give you clarity. You're going to have a lot of clarity coming out of this month, okay? You're also going to be able to communicate these deep shifts very well, okay? And this is going to be something that is going to be a superpower for you moving forward, especially around March, April, May, okay? So January is going to be a plot twist month for you. It's going to be about internal shift and growth, specifically emotional, okay? But it's going to break certain narratives, and you breaking those certain narratives and growing and maturing emotionally a little bit, okay? Changing that narrative, unlearning a little bit, breaking patterns. This is going to create a huge shift in your life. And you're going to look back around almost halfway through the year and you're going to go, wow, I would be in a different place if I hadn't transformed that, if I hadn't learned that, if I hadn't broken that emotional pattern, if I hadn't grown in that area, okay? So this is plot twist by emotional demolition, okay? The plot twist is going to come later in the month. You're going to see how the change of narrative has a change this big that you make. That makes another change that's this big. You're making microscopically different decisions because you've broken that, okay? So this excavation here, super pivotal for you, especially this year, and especially moving forward the rest of your life, okay? You're no stranger to transformation, okay? People love to test you. People love to come at you weird. I know, Scorpio, okay? I understand, okay? The thing is, though, you're going to have clarity this whole time. It's like having a snorkel while you're swimming underwater. You can still breathe even though you're underwater, okay? And so you'll be able to come up and you'll be able to breathe and actually express what it is that you're experiencing and seeing. And that in some way is going to be really helpful for your path ahead, okay? Not in January, but later, okay? If you want to write it down, kudos to you, but there's no prize for that, okay? You don't need to, okay? Prepare for a complete renovation of your emotional foundation in January, okay? Use the clarity and use that drive that I know that you have, okay, to navigate this really intense, also really necessary transformation, okay? Anybody else who's cross-watching for Scorpios, or if you're listening to Scorpio because you have some Scorpio in your chart, okay, and you have friends that have more Scorpio in your chart than you, okay, call them, tell them you love them in January, okay? They're going to be going through it. They're probably not going to answer the phone, but it's a thought that counts, right? We want to be invited even if we don't want to go, okay?
Sagittarius.
Your career is going to thrive in January. I'm just going to tell you right now, it's going to be dope, okay? So, Sagittarius, Jupiter. What flavors of Jupiter are being emphasized this month? Okay, expansion and optimism. Okay, this is the flavor of Jupiter that is the focal point for you in January. Your finances, your values, okay, and your self-worth are the main areas of focus. Okay, there's going to be a few oppositions to Jupiter in week 2. Chiron is doing its thing. Okay, so what's going to happen is you're going to feel a little bit of a push-pull energy between your desire for personal growth and expansion and practical resources, okay? Are there some sort of unhealthy patterns that you are well aware of that are enabled or even encouraged by the people around you that normalize this, okay? Or opportunities for you to grow versus make a little bit of money, okay? Or opportunities for you to go, maybe, yeah, so you're going to have a little bit of conflict here between your wanting to grow and what is already around you, basically, okay? Specifically when it comes to people who you've known since childhood, okay? Or people who your inner child comes out around, okay? This week you might be tempted to overspend, so keep an eye out for that, okay? Also, you might want to, and let's just say, exaggerate your abilities a little bit verbally, okay? Say that you are on a date and someone is like, oh, can you do calligraphy? And you know how to write in cursive really fun, so you're like, yeah, I can do calligraphy. Now, it's not exactly the same, but you're not really lying, right? Okay? So then you end up at like a huge calligraphy expo and you're like, oh, that's not what I meant, right? And then they're buying you like quills and fountain pens and like ancient like horsetail paintbrushes with like really cool, hard to find, expensive ink, and you're like, right? Okay, so just reel it in, okay? January. Now, Sagittarius, I love you. I love you so very much. This shift is going to bring a huge focus into communication and learning, okay? In your third house. So there is going to be a little bit of focus on how you think and how you express yourself. Again, this is looking at your finances, your values, and your self-worth, okay? There's going to be a little bit of an ego death for you, okay, in January. So be mindful of overextending yourself, okay, financially and energetically, especially in the middle of the month, okay? Your words and ideas are going to have huge power behind them in January. That's where I brought the calligraphy example in, okay? It's not just in that way, okay? If you say, I am going to do this by the end of the year, it's going to manifest, okay? If you say, oh yeah, like calligraphy is kind of cool, you're going to end up at like a Renaissance calligraphy expo and you're going to be like, ah, okay. So this month, the universe is taking whatever it is that you speak into existence and it's going to go, bet, okay? Which is great. I love it for you. I really do. But at the same time, okay, there's going to be conflict between your growth and what's directly around you, okay? So it's going to look at your values and your finances, and there's going to be a little bit of a dance there. It's going to look at your finances and your self-worth, and there's going to be a little bit of a dance there. Your values and your self-worth, there's going to be a little bit of a dance there. Maybe I'm going to express what I'm thinking and how I'm feeling, even though the people around me might discourage it, okay? This is definitely, listen to your intuition and your practicality. Sagittarius, you are extraordinarily intelligent. You are, as you know, a powerhouse of the zodiac, okay? But you also like to, you know, make everybody happy and maybe like have fun with also that kind of stuff too, right? So this is gonna look like an opportunity for growth, okay? So say what you mean and say what you truly want, because it will manifest, okay? January is going to lay an anchor for you for the rest of the year. And you're going to want it to be abundant. You're going to want it to be optimistic. You're going to want it to be positive. You're going to want it to be healthy, okay? Because there are some things in January where you're going to have a choice between what you know is right and what the people around you enable, okay? And your job is to say the hard thing, okay? And that's going to set the tone for the rest of the year, okay? Pressure's coming off. Pressure's coming off for you in March, okay? Until then, okay? Have fun. Not too much, okay? Capricorn. Focus on Saturn, okay? What flavor of Saturn? Structure and discipline for you in January, okay? Here, Capricorn, it's January, so happy birthday, Capricorns, okay? You have the sun and Mercury and Venus and Mars all hanging out in your sign. This is your time to shine. You know what it is, okay? Go Cappy. it's your birthday. You gotta party like it's your birthday, okay? Your personal goals and self-image are receiving a lot of energy, okay? In January, you're going to have triple conjunctions the second week of January, and it's going to give you incredible energy, okay? Huge empowerment to take action towards all of your goals, all of your ambitions, okay? Capricorn, this is going to be huge for you, okay? The new moon in Capricorn is on January 17th, okay? You're going to notice that your internal reality and your external reality, they match. And you're going to find that you have extra energy to use towards your goals, okay? You're going to find that you can actually like hyper function like a crazy person this year, okay? I said in the general, okay, don't overextend yourself. Everyone's going to get this huge rush of energy and you're going to want to take on everything because you feel like it's super possible and the ambition just gets supercharged, okay? But don't overextend yourself, Capricorn. Do it. Do it, okay? Do all of the things because for you, you're the only sign, okay? That's not overextending themselves. You're going to have so much energy this whole month, and then in the new moon in Capricorn, you're going to feel at peace, okay? This is the most powerful moment of the year for you to set intentions. January 17th, okay? If you don't ever manifest, okay, do it on January 17th, okay? Now, which kind of intentions are going to be energetically auspicious for you, okay? Personal, professional, material success, okay? Now, that's pretty general, right? Your focus is going to shift to money and values as you, as the month kind of moves forward, okay? So some of the planets are going to move into Aquarius throughout the course of the month, right? It's a sign after yours, right? You got to let go at some point. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding, okay? Your focus is going to shift to money and to values, okay, when the planets enter Aquarius. So this is your power month. You know this. It's your birthday, but this month, especially this year, is going to be insane in the membrane for you, okay, Cappy? Set big, exaggerated, and concrete intentions during the new moon, okay? This is leverage for you, okay? Leverage the ambition that you have this month and lay those foundations. For you, no dream too big this year, especially in January. The whole rest of the year, you're going to be, let's say, tending to the garden of the seeds that you plant in January. So plant as many seeds as you want and your garden's going to be abundant, okay? This isn't looking like you saying yes to 500 extracurricular activities and then only having the bandwidth for 5, like literally every other sign, okay? This is you planting seeds in a garden, okay? You have infinite amount of space. You have infinite amount of seeds. You do whatever you want, and then you're going to tend to the garden the rest of the year, okay? January 17th, okay? This is when you set your intention. It's not when the magic pops off, okay? Set things into motion. Set everything into motion in January, okay? You won't regret it. And you're going to be able to keep up with it. That's the difference, okay? So Aquarius. So, your focus this month on Saturn, okay? The structure flavor of Saturn and the innovation flavor of Uranus, okay? This is the focus for January for you. Now, the second half of January is all about you. Happy birthday, Aquarius. Okay, happy birthday. Woo! Okay, we have the Sun and Mercury and the Mars all entering your sign. And it's going to bring a huge intellectual focus to your personal endeavors and self-expression, okay? On January 20th, okay, Saturn is going to be sextile Uranus. And this is beautiful energy for you, by the way. This is supporting stable, but also radical self-redefinition, which is kind of the name of your game, Aqua, okay? So Venus is entering Aquarius this year on January 17th. What else is January 17th? The new moon, okay? This is going to be a huge reset for you. Also, when Venus enters Aquarius, this is going to enhance your personal charm, okay? It's going to enhance your social life as well. You're going to notice that you start to get pretty popular towards the middle of January, end of January, more than usual, okay? This is Aquarius, let's be real, okay? And I know a lot of you are like, I don't talk to anybody, but also you're like the most popular person. Like, I get it, okay? Anyway, there is going to be a huge transformation for you towards the end of the month, okay? You have Mars and Pluto coming conjunct at the end of the month, okay? Call up any of your Scorpio friends. You can cry together, okay? No. I'm kidding, mostly, okay? This is going to be a powerful but unavoidable, inevitable, to enhance it, okay, to emphasize it, transformation of your identity and your physical self, okay? Things are going to be shifting. This is giving transformation of your aesthetic, transformation of your body. It's giving transformation of your perception of yourself, embracing, embodying new archetypes of yourself that you either haven't in a while or haven't before, or just like, this is redefinition of self, of your identity and of your physical self. Now, this is something that you're kind of used to. Like, you are always authentic, Aquarius, and that allows you to kind of take several different shapes or colors or sizes or whatever throughout the course of your life, but it's usually a little bit more about you being authentic to yourself, right? And so this is going to bring about some sort of a redefinition. So say that you have a whole spectrum that's like over here. It's going to break this and lift it up here. So it's going to still have that spectrum, but it's going to be on a different level. It's going to be in a different area. It's going to be something like this. So it's inevitable. It's going to be kind of fun and kind of uncomfortable, but also the thing is, you're going to have a lot of attention on you while it's happening. So you're going to have people looking at you going, oh my God, glamour magic. Oh my God, glow up. Oh my God, I'm hearing, oh my God, Ronnie. No. No, but there's going to be huge radical reinvention for you this month. Your time for innovation and personal freedom is now in January, okay? You're going to be the star of the show. You're going to be a lot more popular than you're used to being, okay? You're also going to notice a lot of shifts. The universe is going to be like, I'm being shown like popcorn. It's going to be like literally helping you manifest things that help you reframe your identity. It's like you're going to win a shopping spree. For your birthday, you're going to get a facial, or your friend's going to take you to go get fillers, or it doesn't have to be superficial, of course, but it can be that you are starting to take a class on something you're really interested in, so now you're a writer. Like, it's something like this. Like, it's a huge shift for you. Okay, so embrace the reinvention of yourself, because you're kind of used to this being your natural vibe, which is why I need to emphasize it so much, because this is normal for you. This is your baseline, but this is like, okay, it's new, okay? So just be aware, okay? January is going to be all about you. You're the star of the show, okay? But also there's going to be a lot of this re-upheaval in a positive way, this redefinition of self, but everyone's going to be staring at you while you do it, okay? Yes, them too, okay? I won't say more.
Pisces babies.
January for you is going to be emotional, but it's going to be really like harmonious for you, actually. So we're looking at the dreams and spirituality flavor of Neptune, okay? We're also looking at the expansion flavor of Jupiter that's coming in for you, okay? There are tons of different things for the planets. These are the flavors of each planet that's coming through for you, okay? This month is going to start with the full moon in Cancer, okay? This is actually going to be super emotional for you, but it's going to highlight joy and creative fulfillment. So it's like, not stress, but eustress, E-U-S-T-R-E-S-S, eustress, like positive stress. You're going to be feeling creative and joyful in this way. So you're going to be really thriving in the sense as well, okay? So Neptune is going to be in like really harmonious sextiles in week 4. So this is going to connect your spirituality and your intuition to your ambition. So some of these downloads you've been getting, some of these ideas that you have, some of these dreams that you have, some of these like prophetic visions and dreams that you've been having, these ideas as creativity, it's going to ground week number 4. You're going to go, I know how to do it. You're going to write it down. You're going to start the outline. You're going to create the draft. You're going to start to anchor it. It's going to come into fruition. Okay. So week number 4 is going to be like beautiful for you. Okay. But the most significant part of this month for you is going to be January 26th. Okay. This is when Neptune, your ruling planet, moves into Aries after a very long time. Okay. January 26th. Okay. It moves out of your sign, out of nice, cozy, comfy home sign Pisces, and into Aries, okay? This is a massive shift that ends a very long cycle, okay? Okay. So the start of this month is going to focus for you on community, on social groups. Definitely the beginning of the month, collaborate, talk to people, form community, hang out with your family, things like this. Okay, hang out with your friends. Yap. Okay, yap, collab, get social. Okay, beginning of the month. Okay, and this is also going to urge you to use your strong like connection to your emotions and your creativity to like navigate group dynamics. Okay, so your empathy is going to be a superpower this month. Okay, your ability to feel deeply is going to be a superpower this month, and it's going to be really positive. Again, positive and joyous and creative as well. So it's going to be like, sometimes when we're really open and we're really emotional and really vulnerable with people, and then sometimes it ends up not being a good idea, or we're like, wow, like, I'm so sorry you dealt with that, and they're like, I actually wanted a solution, and you're like, well, okay. No, it's going to be like positive. It's going to be a superpower. It's going to be really, really beautiful for you. It's going to look beautiful on you, and it's going to work like extra well this month. Okay, so use those emotions to navigate group dynamics. Okay, it's going to be really helpful for you. Again, be a bit of a social butterfly more than usual in January. It's going to really be lucky for you. Okay, full moon in Cancer right at the beginning of the month. Okay, Neptune into Aries January 26th. And you're also going to find the fourth week of January, which is the 18th through 24th, okay? These are like mindset shifts, transformation, future-oriented thinking, okay? All of these heightened spiritual psychic gifts, heightened dreams, heightened intuition. You're also going to have the razor-sharp clarity to write them down and ground them. You know, sometimes you can like really see this painting you want to make, but then you go sit in front of the canvas and you're like, I don't know what line do I start with? Right? This is just whoosh, gonna manifest. It's very much of this, okay? You're like, I would love to start like this business with all of these ideas, and it's really cool, and I can just like feel it, and I can kind of see it, but then what would the first step be? Your mind's gonna be like, this, okay? Super cool energy for you. Okay, your intuition is a powerful guide always, okay? This is Pisces, like we know, okay? But especially in January, especially this month, okay? So use your intuition and your emotions, okay, to navigate social groups. And there's going to be a major generational spiritual shift, okay? That's what this Neptune ingress into Aries is, okay? So generational spiritual shift, shifting belief systems. It's going to be, yeah, it's going to happen. Okay, so it's generational. I already talked about this in the general if you want to listen to it a little bit more, and we're going to cover it more in depth in the weeklies, so keep an eye out for that if you want to learn more about it. But use your intuition and your emotions to guide this generational spiritual shift, because that's what you are here, and you know it too, because Neptune's been prepping you for this for a while, and you've kind of been like, what? Okay, January 26th, okay, that's when things start, okay? Redirect your dreams towards new territory, okay? You're going to have all of this energetic support to do so, and you're also going to know exactly what to do because you've been living it in your internal world the entire time Neptune was in Pisces in your sign. And as soon as it goes into Aries, it's like pulling the trigger, okay? It's also going to make you quite socially interesting, okay? By this I mean focus on your community and social groups, collaborating, and connections to group dynamics, okay? Because you're going to be propelled into a leadership position in some way, pertaining to spirituality, belief systems, all or nothing energy, and this is huge shifts in power dynamics, hidden power dynamics, okay? Pretty words, all these things that you see right through all the time, every day. Okay, this is going to put you in a leadership position. Okay, it's going to start January 26th and it's going to unravel for years. Okay, so you're going to hit the ground running on a literal random day towards the end of January. Before that, you're collaborating, you're bringing groups together, you're talking to your friends, you're blowing off steam, you're daydreaming, you're writing, you're living, you're loving, okay? So that is how January is going to go for you. That's it. Thank you for listening to the general January overall horoscopes. Okay, I hope that this helped shed love, light, and clarity for you. Don't forget to check out the weekly horoscopes that I'm going to be posting so you can listen to a little bit more in depth what's going to happen for you. And have an amazing day, week, month, year, and incarnation in this beautiful magical realm. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Namaste.